All right, guys, welcome back to Cameshiareviews, the queen of all reality TV. I have another special guest. Please, Nate, if you don't mind, introduce yourself to my audience, tell me your number, and everything else. Let's go.
All right, my name's Nate Plamondon. I'm from Nashua, New Hampshire, and I am player 265 on Squid Game: The Challenge Season 2.
Mm, you ate that. All right, so Mr. Nate, tell me about the beginning. How did you get recruited, or did you apply to get on the show?
No, I applied. I
Okay.
definitely applied. I am not famous in any way, shape, or form. I barely have a social media footprint, or at least that was the case at the time. So I
Okay.
definitely applied as a fan.
Okay. So that whole experience in applying, did you think you were gonna get on the show once you applied, or did you thought it was a chance?
Oh, not at all. um, yeah, I thought there was no chance at all. But I figured, if I don't try, then it's a
Yeah.
guaranteed zero. So I
Hmm.
gave it a shot, and 6 months later, I got my first phone call.
Wow. So, yeah, it does take that long. That's true. That's true. So let's talk about your experience on the actual show. Before you put on your green suit, thank you for wearing it, by the way. Um, did you have anything planned, strategy,
Oh
strategic?
yeah,
Okay, go right ahead. Go
absolutely.
right ahead. Oh wow, go right ahead.
Um, I'm a massive fan of Squid Game, and that's the reason I applied in the first place. I
Okay.
watched the drama over and over, and I accidentally stumbled on the challenge. It wasn't like um, I didn't go seek it out or anything. I
Okay.
was rewatching the drama, I think the second or third time, and then the trailer popped up, and I checked it out. I'm like, when did they make this? Like,
Right.
I didn't know anything about it. And then
Mhm.
when it finally went on, I watched it and I got really into it. And I was like, man, I wish I had known about this. Like, I could do all this stuff.
Okay.
And then at the end of the final episode, they put that QR code to apply.
Hmm.
So I thought about it for a few days, and I'm like, there's no way they'll never take me. I mean, there's no way at all.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? I'll just do it. So I made a goofy video and took some pictures and filled in the application, and I sent it out. And I honestly forgot about it.
Okay.
And
Mm.
then in July they called me,
Interesting.
and I actually rejected the call. I thought it was a bill collector.
Oh my God. Wow. They called you back, I'm assuming.
No, they text me.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, I got a text and it's like, hey, do you still have any interest in being on the show? And I'm like, oh my God. So I couldn't get my
Right.
phone out fast enough and called him back. And I was just like, yeah, I'm really sorry. I thought you were a bill collector. I didn't mean to reject the call.
Mhm.
So please, yeah, let's go.
Mm.
So that was many months of back and forth phone calls and videos and text messages and a whole process that I'd
Right.
never imagined being in. And you go
Mhm.
months without even knowing that if you're going to be in it. You just
When did you get I'm sorry, Mitch, baby. When did you get the
yeah,
final call? I know
December
that.
2nd of 2023. No, 24.
Wow.
So 24.
24.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of December, I know a lot of calls were being made. Because just give you a little background about me, I had actually applied as well, and I was this close to being with you guys this season.
Oh, wow.
I think that around December, they were telling me that they were still deciding. So I thought I was going to be on there with you guys this season, but that just didn't happen. So I went through the whole process. I know about the whole process. I have my passports. I went through all of it. So I know exactly what you went through, to be honest. But I'm a blogger, and I thought maybe a blogger going on this show might be a little bit different. Somebody who covers the show. But I didn't make it though, obviously. But
Did you apply for
you,
season 3, though?
I did.
Nice. I hope you get it this time, then.
And they actually hit me up and was like, "Hey, you applied to apply again." I'm like, "I don't know. We'll see." They hit me up around July as well. So if I don't hear from them by the summer, I ain't gonna worry about it. But for you, you heard from them December the 2nd. How was that feeling to get that call?
Well, I was actually standing in line at Best Buy trying to exchange a laptop. And
Isn't that the way?
I'm like, I'm sitting there like, I'm on my phone and I'm like, hi. And the person I was speaking to, she's like,
Yeah.
just wanted to congratulate you on the show. And I'm like, I'm on the show.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, and I'm like, can you hold on just 1 minute? And I'm trying to exchange the laptop. Of course, the guy had a problem exchanging it, so she ended
Yeah.
up having to hang up on me. So
Oh no.
I'm like,
Okay.
oh, no. So I called her back, and I got voicemail. So I'm like, oh
Okay.
man, this is not happening. So
Right.
eventually, she
Right.
did call me back. I was home by then, and just the rest was history. Like that was
Yeah.
when I could finally jump up and down, and be like,
Of
yes, I'm finally
course.
doing
Of
this.
course. Of course.
Um,
Of course.
because Best Buy exchange line is not the place to start jump doing
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
doing crazy stuff.
So the call has been made. You made this show. Tell me about the first day.
First day was well, you mean first day in the dorm or first
Yes.
day period?
Well, first
Okay,
day period. That it
first
covers
day period.
everything.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I had an overnight flight.
Oh.
It was
Okay.
basically empty, and it turns out there was two other people who would become players on that plane with me. Geo 235 and
Mm.
Alicia 229 were
Okay.
on the plane with me, but I didn't. They were in a different part of it. And I got lost in the airport when I
Oh
got off the
God.
plane,
It
because I
happens.
really had to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom was right off the terminal. So like I got
Mm-hmm.
out, and then by then everybody had gone. So
Mm.
I just kind of followed the signs, and I was wandering around for like at least 45 minutes because Heathrow is enormous.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
and then finally I found the group, and they're like, "Oh, you're the one we're waiting for." So I think there was maybe like 15 or 20 people there,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they put us on these Mercedes shuttles, and it was
Oh.
maybe like a 2 minute ride because the Radisson Red that we all stayed at was right
Mm-hmm.
on the
Right there.
airport grounds.
Okay. Okay.
And they you figure that they'll get you'll get in and get settled, put your stuff away. No, they don't hesitate. The moment you get off that bus, it reminded me of boot camp. Like it was
Mm.
run into the hotel, drop your bag. They take everything. They take your phone. You
Wow.
immediately they're like, okay, this is the stuff you can keep, which was basically just like a your toiletries that you
Okay.
brought with you,
Mm-hmm.
and like a one change of clothes for your exit when
Okay.
that time comes, and
Mm-hmm.
pajamas. That's it. You get nothing else. So
Wow.
then they send you up to your room, and it's very structured in the
Mm-hmm.
hotel.
Okay.
Like you have a cohort that they put you in, which is like I
Mm-hmm.
think like 100 people, and they give you a color, and you're not allowed to interact with any other players at all. You go in your
I
room, you
understand that.
stay by
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Um, so I had actually brought games in with me because I was practicing for
Okay.
months.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wanted to leave nothing to chance. Like I rewatched the drama. I took notes. I rewatched the first season of the challenge. I took notes. I wanted to make sure I had a strategy for every possible game they could come up with.
Okay.
And I even ate the food. Like as terrible as the food is, especially the porridge, I ate that. I ate the porridge
I
every
probably
day,
wouldn't hate anything.
month and a
So,
half. It was awful, but I mean, I wanted to make sure that I was ready for anything. So
okay.
like I think I lost like 10 pounds before I left just eating that food.
So let me ask you a question about the food real quick. What do
Yeah.
they serve you guys? Because to me, it's like I intermediate fast, so I eat only once a day myself anyway, and I'm particular. I don't eat anything with salt or sugar in it. So I was saying to myself, I don't know how I would make it because I don't know what's in that dish you guys were eating. What were you eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? If you don't mind
Yeah.
expounding on that.
So in the hotel, it was um you didn't have a choice, just like when
Mhm.
in the game, except the food was varied. I think like the first meal that we had there was like some kind of chicken and a rice and something else. And I just grabbed a plate of rice because I was, like I said, I was getting ready for what they ate in season
Right,
one. Season one, you had like chicken bits on some vegetables or
right,
chicken bits on some rice,
hmm
none of it flavored, all
right.
boiled,
Hmm.
um, plain ramen noodles with no flavor. So that's what I got I got in the mindset of eating.
Hmm.
So when I grabbed that first plate, they're like, "That's all you want?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Are you sick? You okay?" And I'm like,
Hmm.
"Yeah, no, I'm good."
Right, right.
So the next morning they delivered breakfast to your door. It
Okay.
just like they just dropped this cardboard box, which was a weird combination of like baked beans and maybe
Mm.
like a breakfast sausage roll or something. It was really weird. And they would give us snacks at the hotel, like little tiny candy bars or little bags of potato chips and stuff like that. But they're
Mm.
all crazy, like UK flavors.
Okay.
So I got a bag of Lay's and I'm like, oh, okay, plain Lay's, that's perfect. And it's like, nope, that's shrimp flavor.
What in the world?
Yeah, so I was like, shrimp, I'm not eating this. So I, in a snuck moment to my across the hall neighbor, who ends up being Monique, I was like, she's like, oh man, I love those chips. I'm like, you can have them. Like every day, I just like, I'll look around the corner to see if the cohort leader's watching. I'm just like, hey,
Right, right, right.
So, the only time we could leave our rooms was to get water, like just
Mm.
walk down the hall, get water, walk back. And then when they would line us up for meals, which is our only time, it's like they really couldn't stop us from interacting with each other when we're standing in a line
I got
or
you.
eating
Of
meals
course,
together.
of course. Yes,
So
of
like,
course, of course.
I think the next meal that we had was a lunch, and it was some kind of weird, like, it was kind of like a Hot Pocket,
Mm-hmm.
but it was bigger and it had like chicken and gravy in it. And then there was like spaghetti one day, and then pad thai. First time I'd ever even seen pad thai. And then finally, when we we get another 3 days we're in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mistakenly believed that they were going hard with the restrictions, so I never even turned my TV on. I just sat there in the dark for hours for 2.5 days playing, trying to learn how to play gongi and practicing flying stone and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd overheard, I think it was the last dinner, I overheard people like, did you see that on the TV last night? And I'm like, the TVs work? So I felt real stupid. I never turned the TV on. So I ended up watching TV, which I'll tell you, British TV, especially late at night, because I couldn't sleep, period. They woke season 1 up at 3 a.m. So I was fully expecting to get a bang on the door at 3 a.m. So no matter how much I tried to sleep, I couldn't do it. And it was a weird combination of like completely uncensored murder documentaries
Mm.
and Simpsons Christmas specials.
Okay. So you get in the dorm.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So they bust us at 6, and we go to Shinfield Studios, which is a big brand new Hollywood style like film lot.
Okay.
And we get in there, we do some processing. They just move us from room to room, no talking.
Okay.
They fit us with our first microphones and our squib vests. And then I think it was maybe like an hour or two. You have no concept of time in there. There's
I'm
no
sure you don't.
clocks, daylight, anything like that. But I figured it was about 2 hours. And then they're like, okay, everybody line up. And then remember, you've never met before. Everybody interact, go. And we all go running through a door. And next, it turns out to be the dorm.
Okay.
Season 1, they all poured into red light, green light. So that's what
Yeah,
we
they
thought we
did.
were all doing.
Right, right, right.
It's like, oh my God, we're in the dorm. And it was a long time, like just groups of like 50 coming in at over and over and over until everybody was in there together. And admittedly, I struggle to meet people.
Okay.
That's just the way I was raised, like don't speak unless spoken to type of thing.
Okay.
So I just never broke myself of that. And so I was really awkward walking around in the dorm. So I was just kind of like waiting to see who's going to catch eyes with me at the same time. And then it'd be like, oh, hi, I'm so-and-so. And they'd ask where you're from and, what you do. And then you just kind of move on or get into a conversation with people. I found myself talking to Joel 251 from North Carolina, and I have never hit it off with anybody so quickly in my life. It's like literally like we knew each other our entire lives.
Yeah.
One
organic connection.
100% organic connection. And I was talking to him for a while. We were standing off to like, I guess If you're facing the doors, we were off to the left.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, we hear that buzzer and the
Yeah.
doors open. Here comes the guards and the front man, and everybody starts cheering and clapping like, oh my God, this is it. This is it.
Right. Right.
And they stopped us. They made us do it again. And they're like, remember, Squid Game's serious. No, no applause.
Oh
So
wow.
they walked all the guards and the front man back in, closed the doors. We had to
Mm-hmm.
pretend we were all mingling again. And then the buzzer, and everybody just stands and starts just like straight face.
Interesting.
And so I found myself in the group photo because they apparently took a shot from behind the front man that got
Mhm.
everybody in it. And I'm looking around and looking, and I zoom in myself. I'm like, of course, I'm the only one like mean mugging the group. I didn't even mean to. Apparently, I thought I was just like looking straight, and apparently I'm like
Right.
this.
You probably didn't
So
know what to do because you guys were. I mean, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't just you that didn't know how to respond to. No, no, no! Don't cheer. Be serious. Who would know how to respond or
yeah,
make a face? Nobody would know. That's
no, and it's not like I've been in the situation before.
right.
So
Exactly.
you
The
know,
natural reaction was a cheer. That's anybody would. I've done the
yeah,
same thing. So
yeah.
tell me about your first challenge.
So after the front man and the guards come out, the announcer, says all the lines you hear in that first
Mhm.
episode,
Mhm.
welcome to Squid Game. The first challenge starts now. And that reaction was legit. We did not know we were going to be playing a game.
Mhm.
But I did notice, and pretty much everybody did, was that the X and the O was already painted on the floor
Mhm.
when we
Mhm.
got in there.
Mhm.
So we knew something was going to happen with it.
Mhm.
Um, so then we're told that we're supposed to um, choose what side we want to be on and then walk to the back of the room.
Mhm.
So Joel looks at me and he's like, well, where do you think we should go? And I'm like, well, we're kind of already standing on the X side. So why move? Just
Mhm.
let fate choose. So not knowing what we're going to do, it could mean anything. So we walk all the way to the back. And I had this strategy for months. If I got on the show, I was going to hide from the cameras, which it's kind of impossible, but
Mhm.
I was going to try to blend into the background so that I could follow like Phil and Mai's example. They were kind of ghosts for the first few episodes of their season, and
Mhm.
they ended up going all the way to the end. So I'm like, if
Mhm.
I play that same game, I won't paint a target on my back
Mhm.
and be one of those people that gets eliminated just because I did or didn't do something.
Mhm.
So I go all the way to the back. I'm at the very back. I'm like, yeah, man, we're this is perfect.
Mhm.
Then they made us turn around and form lines of 5. And of course, I'm number 1 in row 2. And I'm like, damn. So they walked us all the way back to the front. And then they said that there were pre-existing relationships in the show, which,
Mhm.
very few people were aware of.
Mhm.
So they're like, we need 2 people that have a pre-existing relationship. So everybody's kind of looking around. And then the twins, the blood brothers, they
Mhm.
end up
Mhm.
volunteering. And that's actually like, I was clapping. That's the first time you see me. Is I don't know where they got that shot. That's pretty much my entire face, but I'm just clapping like, oh, that's cool. Hey, volunteer, take a risk. That's cool. What they don't show is that other pairings did go up. There's like 4 or 5 other pairings that went
Mm.
up to volunteer
Mhm.
afterwards, but they go with Raul and Jacob because they were the first.
Okay, and they were popular too because the twins. I feel like I don't know if they wanted them to be what they became. They became kind of the go-to, the superstars, or the ones who were hated the most and loved the most. In my opinion, the twins were. So
Yeah,
no, and there was some controversy now online. They're talking about the twins and Mark. Two different situations. I wanted you because you was there. Mark, in my opinion, was not treated that great in the house. And of course, I wasn't there, just editing. They're not gonna show all the
you're
things.
frozen. Okay, so
I'm what?
sorry. You froze, and then it said, "Oops, lost connection," and got back on. So the last thing I heard clearly was twins and Mark.
Okay, so Mark online, what they're showing is that Mark was not treated fairly or nice in the house. other cast members have been posting it on TikTok about he being treated. One of the cast members, even in the show, said Mark is not going to be treated well in this house. Obviously, because he has quirks, he's different. And then the twins were loved and hated. Wanted to get your opinion about that. What did you see in the house? What drama did you see in the house? Go right ahead.
So those first conversations where the twins are actively seeking people to eliminate,
Mm-hmm.
that which came after the first game, um, and Mark being one of those people that was talked to, telling people about, like, I want to have a Star Wars wedding, and people making fun of him. And it's like, I wasn't standing there at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't hear that conversation, but my reaction to seeing it was, yeah, like, why are these dudes picking on him? Like,
Mm-hmm.
he likes what he likes, I mean, I relate to Mark a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We're into a lot of the same stuff, and he got bullied a lot as a kid. I got bullied a lot as a kid.
Okay.
And probably the main difference between me and him is that, he's a very, very, very straight up emotional dude.
Okay.
And when he felt like he was getting bullied, he kind of like broke down a bit.
Okay.
Whereas my reaction is to get really, really angry and hold grudges.
Right.
So,
Mine as well. Don't feel bad.
oh yeah. So, I mean, watching what Mark was put through in the instances in the show, we have group chats. I actually went in there and people were already talking about it. And I was just like, that was messed up. Like, why Mark of all people? He's like legit the cast favorite.
Okay.
He is the nicest dude. Everything you see on the show with him is real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is Mark 100%. The dude's a big teddy bear. He's nerdy and he's proud of it.
And nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
At all.
And
Nothing.
it's just some people don't get it. And when it comes to I'm glad the twins saw that, because initially, they were like, oh yeah, the Star Wars wedding guy, let's just get rid of him. And then they talked to him again and he reiterated what he would do. And they're like, he's just too nice, can't do that.
Right.
And exactly, that's Mark.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the twins go, everybody had the same reaction when the game was over. Like, 4-3-1 coming back into the room, everyone thought he was done, just like all the O's. I will say one thing, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but the scene you see where all the O's are dead, and I can't remember if it's which Raul or Jacob. I'll just go by the number. 4-3-1 is standing at the podium, and they offer him that deal. That never happened.
What?
That never happened, according to all the O's in that room. According to them, everybody dropped. And then when production said everybody could get up, they all started getting up, and there's a big cleanup in the room because the ink was everywhere. Mm-hmm. But they re-recorded him on that podium and getting that offer and superimposed it over the group shot.
I don't understand.
Because nobody on the O side knew that he was coming back.
Okay.
So when he comes in to the dorm after everything is over and it's all X's, everybody was shocked. And I didn't find out until, I'm reading the group chat when I got out, that the O's did not know that he had come back because they had all gone home by then. And then later, when the episode airs, the chat starts blowing up from both X's and O's. Like, whoa, wait, they did that out in the open? And the answer is no, they did not, because they didn't want the O's to know that he was being made that offer after the fact, which fueled more speculation that they were they were one of the recruited pairs.
Mhm.
They had a big social media following. Um, there's belief among a lot of players that, I wasn't there, so I can't speak
Right.
to it, but people that had talked to them a lot were saying that like they'd never watched Squid Game in their lives. They didn't know what it
Mhm.
was. So production brought them in almost with the intention that, hey, go in and volunteer to play this game.
Okay.
Now, did that actually
Mhm.
happen? I don't know. So, I mean, production, if you're watching, I'm not saying it
Right.
happened, but um, that is one of the bigger, more consistent
Okay.
rumors, is that it was going to be them being the leaders from the start in whatever the first game happened to
Mm.
be, and no matter what the outcome, they would be brought back together. So now, fast forward to being in the dorm and everybody's celebrating, and they did the first money into the pig and the whole bit. Um, and they are wandering around the room, and I saw them wandering
Okay.
around the room and
Mhm.
talking to a lot of
Mhm.
people, and I thought um, it wasn't suspicious to me at the time because it looked like people were running up to him like, hey, what was it like? What was it like? Learning
Mhm.
about what it was
Right.
like on in the old room, and it was pure
Mhm.
chaos. A lot of chaos that they don't show,
Of
um,
course.
and it would have made for great TV, but liability
Yes.
being what it is, there was
Mhm.
things that happened over there that they
Yeah.
didn't show, and they're making the rounds, and I thought they were just talking to everybody, and I did hear, I heard them ask Jackie 107 what she would do with the
Okay.
money. And she says exactly what you see, like I would just
Yeah.
rent a yacht and have a big party and
Right.
blow it all. And, I talked to her. Actually, I met her right after that. And all of a sudden the ink packs start
Mhm.
going off. The other pair of twins that was over in the corner, they go off first, and then Jackie goes off, and she goes off literally 3 feet
Okay.
behind me. And everybody around me just turns around like, oh my god, Jackie, and she starts
Mhm.
crying like, what did I do?
Right.
And we obviously did not know the reason
Mhm.
why until much much
Mm.
much much later. um and from my perspective, I gotta say that if it's either us or 3 other people, that I wouldn't have made the same determination. Like I wouldn't, who's going to need the money
Okay.
most? Who's got a story
Mhm.
like mine where it's like, I've lived desperation, things just never seem to work out, and I really need the money to finally make, my life
Right.
make them better for myself and my family, versus I'm going to go on a party,
Mhm.
so, I mean, no hate on Jackie. She's sweet. She's awesome. But I mean, just from an analytical standpoint, that's a
Yeah.
good choice.
I understand that. I
Um,
understand that. That's pretty deep right there, to be honest. So, um, not you leaving the game. Tell me about that situation. How that came about. How you end up not being still on the show.
so the first episode is really
Mm.
condensed. It was actually three
Mhm.
days as opposed to like, hey, we just played
Yeah.
this. Now, guess what? We're all going to go play that. Um, we uh, we had our night in the dorm. We had our first meals. We had our first breakfast. There was a lot of getting to know
Mhm.
each other that you don't see. Um, and then uh, what we called simmer down
Okay.
time. Um, we were told to be silent in the dorm for almost the entire second
Wow.
day. Like we could not talk. I don't know
Okay.
why, because when the producers were out on the floor, they told us the cameras aren't
Mhm.
rolling. But we were not allowed to
Mhm.
talk. Um, and every time somebody would be caught talking, because the mics are always on, the cameras cover every square inch. There is nowhere that you can hide. And if anyone's talking, producers will come up in that British accent, simmer down now, no
Oh
talking, no
wow.
talking. You're gonna go slow if you keep talking, simmer
Wow.
down. So we heard that that became like the
Mm.
catchphrase of our season is simmer down. Um, and we're in there all day, and then they walked us to the
Mhm.
white room, which you see in this season a lot. Um, and it's the same room that we did our side of the count in, and we all go in there, and it's like, oh man. My first thing I thought is like nothing good happens in this room, you know. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, okay, what's different? And what you can't see is that they put dots on the floor that are the exact same color as the floor. So you gotta see them as the
Yeah.
light hits them. And then once everybody was in the room and trying to figure out what's going on, the producers come over and they're like, you need to form teams of 10. But we didn't know we were
Hmm.
playing. So um, we're grabbing people left and right. And uh, Joel, like I said, me and him were joined at the hip. So he's like, who do you
Right.
want to grab? And I'm like, I don't know. Who do
Hmm.
you want to grab? And he's like, I'll go grab some people. And then I've got my New England group, like I said, like Gio and
Hmm.
Alicia. They're both, oh, come to my team, come to my team. And I'm literally like a deer in headlights. Like, I don't know where to go.
Wow.
I want to make
Right.
everybody happy, but I don't know where to go. So Alicia comes over to my team and she brings some people, and Joel comes over with his group. We form our team, and then they line us up and they make us sit on the dots.
Okay.
And we're sitting on the dots for hours and hours and hours. And the
Mm.
only time there's any
Mhm.
noise is when the producers come out
Mhm.
and they stand a team up and they make them switch places with another team.
Mhm.
And this went on for the longest time. I mean, we were in that room for at least 6 hours
Mm.
minimum. No bathroom breaks,
Mm.
which almost broke a few people, myself
Mhm.
included. Um, a guard collapsed from the exhaustion of standing. She locked her knees, which you never do. She locked her knees standing up. She was there too long. It was really hot under all that, like the mask and everything. We were cold sitting on the floor, but they were. If you stood up, it felt like there was a 20-degree difference.
Sounds like
Um,
it's uncomfortable. Oh my god.
yeah, and then they were very slow about it. Like there were like 21 or 23 teams. I can't remember exact. We started out as team 5. They
Okay.
moved us and made us team 19.
Wow.
So they would slowly get a team up, and very, very military, file out, sharp turn,
Mhm.
walk out, follow the guards, go out and behind. And it was about, you have nothing to do in there. So I started counting in my head. It was 20 minutes between team moves.
Mm-mm.
And we don't understand why. Um, and finally, my team gets up, we walk out. And as soon as we were back there, a bunch of us, we sprinted through the dorm to the bathrooms before something bad happened. And then it was more quiet time, just
Mhm.
more simmer down time.
Mhm.
Um, they gave us power bars occasionally. We had a couple meals, did a lot of mic changes. It's like every 4 hours, everybody's got to line up and have the battery for their mics changed. Um, and then finally, when it was time, they lined us up in our teams again, and they started taking mattresses out of the dorm, and we didn't know why.
Mm. Interesting.
So yeah,
What
it's
was the
like,
purpose of that? You don't know why? Do you know why they were doing it?
no. One thing that happened, we were not supposed to know that the pentathlon was coming. It was by
Okay.
a complete accident. There's a screen in the white room which you see during the count game where we could see the O's all of a sudden,
Mhm.
and that in the middle of the team shuffles, all of a sudden that screen clicked on, and we saw the face of a stagehand,
Mhm.
and behind him was the pentathlon
Mm.
stage. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh no, the pentathlon!" And they cut it real quick. So we didn't know that that's definitely what we were doing, but we knew it was possible. And so we're all strategizing who's going to play what if that's the case. but we're in teams of 10. We still don't understand like how that
Mhm.
works. Pentathlon's only 5 games. So,
So
you know,
so so do me this favor. Talk
yeah.
about your individual experience with your first challenge, because I know everybody's experience is different with the challenges. Talk about your first one.
Oh,
Ju-
like the count?
yeah,
Yeah. So,
because I heard a lot of drama with that happened.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't as bad on the X side as apparently it was on the O side, from what I've talked to
Yeah, I've
O's.
heard. I've talked to. Yeah, I
Um,
did. I interviewed Dustin yesterday, and he was like, "There was so
yeah,
much drama with that." So go ahead.
yeah. Ours was there was some shouting at first, but 432, the twin that had control of the podium, he was like, one at a time, one at a time, you go. And there was some ideas thrown out. I'm standing at the back, literally like this. I'm standing next to Joel, and I'm like, I'm listening, I'm hearing what other people are suggesting, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm not going to go up there because I can't say I have any better idea.
Mhm.
I mean, you're counting to 456. We have
Mhm.
7 minutes to figure it out. Um, and people are coming up with ideas. Like, there's really only so many ways you can come up to do it.
Mhm.
And we had musicians, it's like professional musicians on our team that, they know counting, they know rhythm.
Mhm.
And so I think there was probably maybe 3 minutes of shouting, and then it got calm enough for real good ideas to come out. And
Mhm.
that's what it came down to. There's going to be 2 musicians who count and 3 who silently keep time to make sure that they're on the same pace.
Mhm.
And everyone else was going to sit out on the floor and stay completely silent. So um, once it was time to go, that's exactly what they did. Everybody just sat on the floor and just did not say a word. And I was surprised to see myself as one of the shots. I'm literally like this, deer in headlights. It's like I'm just watching it, and in my head, I'm sitting there going like, and I think I said it like very whispers, just like, not, don't send me home like this, because
Mhm.
not being able to play a game that,
Mhm.
like, and just immediately go home. That's the worst. I mean, especially for me who practiced everything
Right.
for months. Like, you get so
Right.
much prep, it became like a second job.
No, I understand that. So answer me this question. You said that for you guys it wasn't as bad, but you
Yeah.
heard about the other side. What did you hear? I'm curious.
I heard that the chest compressions nurse who was doing the counting,
It started late, but go ahead.
she started late. Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard she started late.
she did.
I heard that the counters were trying to tell 431 that she was off, and they weren't saying it out loud. And then a dude named Jacket went to run up there and at some point be like, she is off. And someone else grabs him and like threw him. And that actually started like a brawl. Like, there were punches thrown. How
Oh my
many?
god.
You don't know. But it really erupted in a legit brawl.
Mm,
And I don't know if at what point that actually happened. Did it happen, right before?
right.
Did it happen after the button was pushed? That's one question I've never got a straight answer to. Um,
Mm. Well, I'm
but
gonna
there
tell you
was,
right. I'm gonna tell you right now. My fiance, we watched the episode before I can say anything. And he's a man, so he's not really the block. He said, "I'm telling you right now, they're not going to win." She started too late, and I had to rewind it to see for myself. Like, what do you mean? He said, "I'm watching the whole thing. She started too late. That team is not going to win." He knew it before we even got to the scene where they announced that, obviously that they didn't win. So I'm like, what happened? I can't find her anywhere. She has no social media. But to me, it's like, I just want to know what happened, because there's a lot of drama with that whole game that you were in. So I
um,
just really
I
want
mean,
to know.
I can only tell you what I've read in the chats, because
Okay.
getting out when I did, the chat that there's 2 of them now, but the
Hmm.
original chat was all O's.
Hmm. Okay.
And there's a lot of hate towards her.
Okay. Mm.
And it was a mistake. I
Of
hope
course, we're
that
human. Yeah.
in the past year, a lot of them have forgiven her,
Okay.
because it was a mistake. I mean, I don't believe that she sabotaged them, you know.
No, I don't think
Um,
that. I think it was just a
and
mistake, like you said.
yeah, it's just that she miscounted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but another thing that I is that um, the time that they gave in the episode was way off.
Mm-hmm.
Um, According, production said, in the show, like the losing team was off by 12 seconds. The belief from the O's is that it was a minute or more, and like more competitive. Um,
Okay.
Again, do
So
not quote me on it. I'm just saying
no,
that's the
no,
prevailing
no,
theory at this
I
point.
believe what you're saying. So for you, you leaving the show, do you feel? Oh, well, maybe let me phrase this. What do you think was your downfall? You leaving the game, in your opinion?
There was a lot of factors. I mean, I automatically blame myself right
Okay.
off the bat. I believed that I killed my team. I even said it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you watch the trailer, it's the same clip of me playing Flying Stone as what's in the show.
Mm-hmm.
They re-edited it though. When you
Okay.
first see me, I'm kind of hunched over doing an under toss.
Mm-hmm.
That was my third try, and I made that throw.
Okay.
The first and second throws, um, I overshot way over. Um, I had been practicing from too far away, because watching the drama over and over, the camera angles don't really give you a good sense of how far the throw is.
Okay.
And there's that one guy, and that's probably what got in my head, is that one guy, he keeps missing over
Mm-hmm.
and over and
Mm-hmm.
over. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, it can't be close. It's got to be hard. So I was practicing from 20, 25, 30 feet for months. And I ended up getting to the point where it didn't matter if I threw it overhand, underhand, or like a star.
Mm-hmm.
I was 9 out of 10. I was really proud of myself. Like if I got in there and I had to play that had to be my game, because I never mastered Gongi. I was okay at Dakchi, but I never got Jeggy either. So when it came time to pick the games, I'm like, whatever we do, I have to play Flying Stone. That's
Mm-hmm.
my game. Um, we didn't know that, nobody knew that they were going to change 2 of the games. So
Mm-hmm.
Dakchi was out. My teammate Raina, she was like, I'm great at Dakchi, but now it's
Okay.
not. What do we do? JW, aka Santa,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, well, I
You
used
said
to play
Santa?
ball.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, well, he's a mall Santa, and he's got the big white beard and he's got the
Oh my
glasses.
god.
Like everybody called him Santa, and it turns out he's a mall
Gotcha.
Santa.
Okay.
And another one, nicest dude you'll ever meet. And he's like, well, I haven't played ball in a cup since I was a kid, but I used to be pretty good at it. So it's like, all right, well, you'll play
Okay.
ball in a cup.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do Flying Stone. Kasson, she was gonna play Gongi because she was like a Gongi master, or at least she
Mm-hmm.
said she was.
Okay.
So like, yeah, perfect, because nobody else wanted to play it. There was some debate between Raina and Joel over who was gonna get House of Cards, because
Okay.
Raina had never built a House of Cards in her life. Joel had, but and then I'm like, she's like, well, I'm also really good at Flying Stone, and I'm like, I've never successfully built a House of Cards. Like, I don't want to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, okay, I guess I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were hoping that we were going to be good enough that when we got to House of Cards, if she struggled, she'd have plenty of time. So when we get started, we tripped. We almost fell over on the first step.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a bad start. We
Mm-hmm.
get up, and we get moving. We get the ball in a cup, and JW Santa, he's doing it, and probably about 10 tries in, we realize that he's kind of shoveling the catch, and we're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh no, you got to go vertical, like catch it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 tries, he got it after that. But
Mm-hmm.
by that point, Alicia's team,
Mm-hmm.
because they split our 10. They got ball in a cup on 3 tries. They got flying stone on the first try. They were already on House of Cards, and here we are just getting the flying stone. So we
Mm-hmm.
line up, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm most comfortable throwing this way, like, and I'm like, it's only 10 feet away, and I'm like, okay, so this is what I need on that side. I'm like, okay, I throw better kind of sideways to line myself up, so I need you to let go of me and lean backwards, and I need Cassone to take a step forward so that I'm in this position.
Mm-hmm.
So they get me, I'm lined up, and right as I'm about to throw, JW kind of pulls by, like, for whatever reason, maybe start loses balance or something, and that makes me through too hard. So
Mm-hmm.
I threw too hard, and then my natural reaction in this moment is to yell a certain expletive really, really loud.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn, like, so we got moving, and this thing had flown probably 30 feet past the stone. Thankfully, they said it didn't matter who grabbed it, and
Okay.
JW is much taller than me, so he was able to, like, really reach and
Right.
grab it.
Right.
And so I start walking back, and I'm like, okay. They're like, yeah, you got this, you got this. So then I'm gonna throw like a dart, like, but
Mm-hmm.
downward. So like, okay, so he leans back, Cassone leans forward, I line up, I throw it, and that's the part that you see where it ricochets. And I'm like, you
Wow.
gotta be kidding me.
You broke that
Right at,
down.
yeah, I mean, like, it just this far, literally this far away, exactly like you
So,
see it.
so it doesn't sound like that it was just on you. Speaking to other players who have done this, it is not on one person. It's
No,
normally more than one. So it sounds like yes, you guys did not was not successful, but it was because of more than one factor involved.
right. Just
So
my mindset was that it was all my fault. I've missed twice. It takes a long
right,
time to walk back and forth.
hmm but it
You
wasn't
know,
just you. So give me to me. I want you to give me a summary of your overall experience, and then you kind of have actually, but give me your overall experience, and also give me any regrets. Those are
um,
my final two questions for you.
yeah. Um, my experience was, it was closer to being in boot camp than I
That's
figured it would be. I
crazy.
mean, we're basically playing prison simulator, so I
Oh,
should have, I should have been ready for that. But
hmm
all you have to go on is what you see on the show.
hmm
And I listened to podcasts that the first season 1 did, so I to try to prepare myself more.
and I
But
did interview with them as well. I did
yeah,
interview season one. I did.
um, so I mean, there's only so much you can get from that.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's true.
when you get there, um, it was very locked down,
Hope you
very.
saw. Hope you saw mine from season one because I interviewed season one a lot.
I honestly, I don't remember specifically because I watched so many.
Right. Right.
You
It was
know,
a lot. It was
so
a
I
lot.
most
It was a
likely
lot.
did. I tried to watch every single one I could find with a Google search.
Yeah,
So
because the dash one I did went viral. So go ahead, continue.
okay, yeah. So I do remember watching a couple of Dash ones. So yeah, most likely. Um, and I got a story about that. I'll tell you in a minute. So my overall experience was like, I was not prepared for it, but by the
Okay.
same token, I was comfortable with, like the taking orders and going where going where they tell you, and
Mhm,
all that stuff. It's like I'd lived that before. Other
mhm.
people, it was harder for them to
Mm.
grasp, um, and when we got out, poor Raina shaking like a leaf, making the
Mhm,
cards.
mhm.
We're all laying there dead. I'm blaming
Mm,
myself entirely because I feel like she didn't have enough time to play House of Cards because of me.
mm.
But after having a couple weeks to really think about it and process it, it's like you said, it's a team thing. I talked to my team and they said it's not all me. You know, um, there was plenty of failure to go around because Reina should not have played House of Cards. It should have been Jude. He admits that. He's and look, I'm just gonna say straight out, Alicia's team was faster. The only game they had any struggle on was House of Cards. They smoked everything else. So I mean, even if Reina had been great at House of Cards, I'm not sure that we would have caught up. So I mean, but in that moment, it's like this is on me. I killed my team. It's all my fault. And a producer met us right out the gate, and I was just like, "What do I got to do? Put me back in."
Right.
I'm like, if there's a deal to be made,
put me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
Put me back in. I'm not ready to go. I practiced too hard for this.
Right.
I sacrificed too much for this. Put me back in. They looked at me like I was crazy, and they sent me home. The biggest regret that I have, is obviously failing to make my throws. But and not making it further.
Understandable.
But like,
I understand that.
Not being able to take my team further like I thought I would,
I feel like you guys are emotional because of the fact that you guys have this team. Almost every cast I talk to about teams, you guys do have guilt.
Oh yeah.
I noticed that with every when I talk to, it's guilt involved because you feel like let your team down or yourself. Either way. Final thoughts for you. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts is I still want to go back. 100%. Like season 3, if there's a season 4 where they just bring a bunch, it's all people they're bringing back, whatever they got to do. I want to be there. Like I love Squid Game too much to let go.
There is a poll that Netflix is doing about bringing back people who was on there before. You might want to post that on your social media.
Oh, I did.
So there is a thing where they're going crazy over right now to bring back people from previous seasons. I would constantly post that because people are voting, and Netflix is probably going by the vote of people entering whatever.
I mean, if you were to ask me who I think is going to win, I'd say Mark. He's everybody's favorite, deservingly so. I feel like while I understand what Ryan was saying to him, the way he said it was did equate to bullying. And I believe that if Ryan had put it differently in a way that doesn't say like everybody judges you, just be like, they're likely to judge you or misjudge you, but I know you've got this. I believe that the reason why Mark dropped that ball was because he was psyched out already.
I agree with that, but I also think that he was trying to look out for Mark, telling him this is the real world. You're different. You have quirks. You're unique, and they're going to come for you. I feel like that telling him that was a positive thing because when you are that type of personality, you don't know the surrounding people around you or whatever who feel that you're too different, too weird, whatever. So him telling him that was helpful, but Mark probably did not look at it that way.
Yeah, because he was like I said. I mean, I 100%. I had told Ryan this myself. I'm like, I 100% get the point you were trying to make, and I agree with it. It was the delivery that was the problem.
Okay.
because he's like very like right in Mark's face and kind of shouting it to him
Right.
instead of explaining it. And
Right.
that's when Mark's has that moment. It's like, I feel like I'm in sixth grade again. Like,
Mm.
and they have hashed it out. They had their own
Of course.
conversations and
Of
they're good.
course.
Just and Ryan understands that. When he finally saw the episode, he says the same thing. He's like, I did not like 272 watching that.
Mm.
But that also, there's some editing in there.
Yes, of course.
There's some
Yeah.
editing of that scene that makes it a little worse than it was.
So what
Dramas.
so what are your final words in this interview? What are your final words? Your experience, Squid Game Challenge season 2.
My
Final words.
experience was amazing, terrifying, and eye-opening. Yeah, I lost the money. To be honest, I didn't think that I had a real solid chance of winning anyway. But I wanted to make it to top 50, and I'm disappointed that I didn't. Because that was my goal. Top 50 and mingle or better. But I hope that this isn't the end of the road. Like, if it's Squid Game or something else, I will not be content until I have competed to that, minimum, small group left type of game, and
Right.
win or lose. Obviously, I'd like to win. At the end of the day, it is about the money.
It is.
But it's
Indeed.
very true what they say about these things, which a lot of viewers don't understand, is that, and myself included, before I was on the show, is that people like watch reality and they're like, why is everybody crying over each other? They're ridiculous. It's like, each other for 5 seconds. You just met yesterday. But that's not the case. This show takes place over 9 episodes. It took 3 weeks to film. You are locked in one big room with hundreds of people. You make your friends. You confide your entire life story to these people. You get their life stories, and then trauma bond is real.
Yep, it is. It really is.
And that's why people get so emotional over someone that it seems like they barely know.
Yes.
So it's very eye-opening. And what I did win is now I've got 400 friends I wouldn't have had otherwise.
Oh yeah, I love that for you. Love that.
We were just in Philly the other day. I just came home from Philly yesterday. That. And I don't believe on myself there's any celebrity here. I don't. People tell me that there is, but I don't believe it.
Right.
Not at this level.
Right.
But I did have a moment where Dash came up to me and he said, "Congratulations."
Right.
And I'm like, "About what?" And he's like, "For being on TV."
Come
he's
on
like,
now.
I know you. I know you. You're on TV.
Love
and
Dash.
I'm like, well, Dash, I know you. He's like, well, yeah,
right.
I'm infamous, but I know you. Congratulations. You're on TV now.
Right.
You're one of us. And that was really cool because, I mean, I didn't approach him. He came up to me in a room full. There was over 100 people in that room just crammed together. And, meeting people like Phil and Mai and, having conversations with, Squid legends.
Yeah.
I felt more like a guest at a Comic-Con than, part of the, part of the people. But, like this is the start of something awesome. And even if I don't get it on another show, I'm not going to lose my Squid fan,
No, you're not. So thank you.
And I look forward to season 3.
Thank you for coming on here and having this, because you broke it down a lot of BTS behind the scenes, different things. You were very detailed. So I do, I have hiccups, so excuse me. I do appreciate that. I will let you know when I drop this video interview tonight. I will DM you so you can share. I had these hiccups. It's driving me. So I'm sorry. I've been drinking water. In fact, I'm down to this. Nothing is working. I'm about to get off of here.
Sometimes it works if you take a really deep breath and hold it in.
Well, I'm gonna work on that when I'm gonna get off here.
Might
But
work.
I just want to say thank you, and you were awesome to
Thank you.
interview. I hope to see you on a different show. I think you'd be great on Big Brother, The
Ooh,
Challenge. I can see you being Big Brother for sure. I know you guys are on the contract until it's over, but I suggest applying to Big Brother. I think you would be a great personality on that show, in my opinion. So,
appreciate that. Only thing
all
about
right,
big deals, I don't think work would give me that kind of time off because that's like
look,
that's
this is why I feel like to me not being casted is a good thing because being off that long, my job wouldn't do it. So, all right, y'all. It's Cameshiareviews, Reviews, the Queen Reality TV, Squid Game, The Challenge, Season 2 interview. It's a wrap. I'm out. Bye. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what it is. Period.